Hey guys, what's going on? Got a new video. First off, I just want to say thank you to every single person that has subscribed and has been watching my videos. Today has been a very good day for increased views on pretty much all the videos that I've released so far, and I got a few extra subscribers. Don't have a lot yet, but it's getting there. The channel is slowly starting to gain some momentum, and I just cannot thank you guys enough. Just keep watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing, please. I appreciate it. But anyway, I just had to get into this video. I saw this yesterday. I watch these guys all the time, the Cartier family. I love their videos. Been watching them for like 2 months straight now, ever since I first discovered them. I happened to see them on a Vanilla Ice reaction video for his iconic song Ice Ice Baby. I just happened to come across it. Could not stop watching these guys with their reactions to they used to do a lot of music, now they do a lot of political stuff, and that's what this is. But so apparently they have proven something about the George Floyd case, about the fact that he was not killed by, you know, the police officer, I forget the guy's name, having his knee on his neck, forcing him to not breathe. He was like drugged up or something, going through convulsions. I'm not really sure, but apparently it was not due to that. I mean, you know, the cop was, you know, still a little too aggressive with him, I think. You know, I don't know about all of that. I'm not a big pro-police guy or anything like that. I'm not trying to defend police or anything. I don't think they should have the right to have as much power as they do, but that's a whole other subject. But this guy goes into the reason that the whole Black Lives Matter thing started, and he just goes off on everything. I mean, you have just got to see this guy talk. His name is Everett Ellison, and he was on Tucker Carlson's show. I guess this was about a week ago or so. I'm not sure. I just saw this for the first time yesterday because I check these guys' videos every day to see if anything new is dropped. They're constantly dropping new content. I love these guys over there. Shout out to them, Cartier family. But anyway, let's just get into it. You just got to hear this guy talk. This is unbelievable.
Tony Fauci worked with the Chinese to create the virus that overturned the American economy. But like, what do we do with that knowledge? What do we do with the knowledge that George Floyd was not actually strangled to death by a cop?
We have to acknowledge the people that gave it to us and why. See, George Floyd is the Democratic Party's prototypical black man. These are the black men they are trying to create. So George Floyd has to be elevated. He has to be celebrated. He's perfect to them. He was poor, he was uneducated, he was a drug addict, he didn't have a job, he was down there begging and crying and asking the white people to not kill him. To a Democrat, to a white Democrat, this is the perfect black man.
Wow. Damn.
So he has to be elevated. Look, not a few days ago, Kamala had.
So basically this guy is saying that the Democrats are just full of shit. I mean, they play the race card so much. They claim the Republicans are racist. All this stuff about Trump being racist, we've heard it all. I don't need to go into all of that. You guys know the truth. But anyway, they play the equality thing, that there's so much for equality, so much. And this guy is just basically saying that they use minorities, they use black people, you know, to further their own agenda, to get votes. And he'll go into it more detailed. I'm going to shut up and just kind of let this play.
Harris and Joe Biden celebrated hip-hop music. They had a celebration of hip-hop.
Hip-hop culture is America's culture.
Ain't no way, bro.
It is a genre. It is music and melody and rhyme.
Wow.
And hip-hop is also an ethos.
This is cringe.
A music genre that calls the black man the N-word, calls women the W word and the B word.
Wow.
Talks about misogyny, shooting police, smoking dope, selling dope, fighting, killing, acting a fool. They celebrated this genre. Why? Because this is how they see black America.
Damn.
They see us the same way they see George Floyd.
Damn.
And they have to make more of us because everywhere they rule, you know, John F. Kennedy stood in front of the Berlin Wall in the 60s and said, if you think that communism is great, let them come to Berlin. Well, if you think that the Democratic Party is great, let them come to Detroit. Let them come to Chicago. Let them come to St. Louis. Let them come to LA, Portland, Seattle, Memphis. Anywhere where they rule, you'll see George Floyd's all over the place.
Damn.
And they're proud of them. In Baltimore, Maryland,
He going
they
hard.
spend $21,000 per child for every child up there inside the school district. Not one school is proficient in math, science, or reading.
Damn.
But they keep it going every year. Why? Because they're producing George Floyd.
Damn.
And
God dang!
Wow.
That shit just.
I ain't gonna lie.
That
brother spitting.
He
gave it raw. I'm getting chills, bro.
He's
just
giving it
fucked
raw
me.
and uncut.
He keeping it 200, bro. It's
This
fucking
shit's creepy, bro.
This
Oh
is
my
this
God.
is
messing me up. Bad.
it is still like I ain't gonna lie. Despite all this, still R.I.P. George Floyd. It's still sad that the man.
No,
died.
definitely.
Like, I don't want to see nobody die, regardless. What
No,
they,
yeah.
You know what
Oh,
I'm
no
saying?
matter what you do.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
He wasn't a murderer.
But man, this
Was
like.
he?
Oh yeah, there you go, nigga.
It's like that one conspiracy theory.
He did have a rap sheet, but that doesn't mean he deserved to die.
No, this is insane. No, that was that past clip, bro.
Football is so.
There was literally
Sorry.
that past clip. It was no excuse for that.
Hey, y'all remember?
Hip hop is a part of American culture.
I mean, it kind of is, but like,
Okay, I want to say that I love rap music, have for a long time. I mean, I kind of get what they're saying, that she's just, I mean, you're going to hear what they say about Kamala Harris saying all that stuff.
is it something that should be celebrated in the current state that it is right now with the
Hell
lyrics and
no.
things that's being celebrated?
I
in
don't think
hip-hop
it's ever
music?
been good. Besides, goddamn,
The Sugar Hill Gang.
with the Vanilla Ice.
Y'all don't even know who they is. Yeah, that's old.
Hip hop music wasn't that bad until NWA came around.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
ruined it.
it took-
Sorry.
some
And they
hip
made
hop
it. They
music
made
was
it. Sound,
revolutionary.
they made it hard. Like it.
Some of them was
Okay,
revolutionary.
let's just keep it all 100 right here,
it was-
guys.
Yeah.
it was-
And we all love hip hop music, all of us here.
Yeah.
But
you, bro.
this is what I think. This is what I think. Hip hop music is a part of culture. Is
our
it negative?
culture.
Does it glorify negative things? Yes.
Hell yeah.
But guess what though? We got movies and TV shows that do the same thing, and we don't.
I make this point all the time to people, how music gets such a bad rap for having curse words and talking about killing, drug dealing, stuff like that. And yet people hate rap music and hate music, but yet they will turn around and watch a movie or a show with the same exact things in them. I make this point all the time to people, and for some reason it just goes over their head. This guy is speaking facts too. I love all these dudes. They talk so truthfully.
Only talk about that, you know? How many movies and TV shows they killing people and doing drugs and this and that? They glorify that there too. So we can't just be like, blame it all. Like the media in general is all kind of pushing similar
But that's
things if we're
different,
keeping it
though,
real.
But they're trying to make that seem that's fiction, though. You know, bad things.
Hip hop is fiction, but you gotta be smart
They're
enough to
making
know
that-
that.
they-
See, everybody don't know that though.
Exactly.
Well,
Everybody
some
know
of
that.
it's fiction.
Some of that's
That's
when
the
we get to
problem.
blurring a lot, that is the problem.
That is the
It ain't
problem
fiction
because
no
some
more.
people is
'Cause
real life killing
dying.
people. It's
Yeah.
real life.
Yes, there are some gangsters in rap music, hip hop music, whatever you want to call it. I call it rap. I don't like the sound of hip hop. That just sounds kind of weak to me. That sounds like a weaker version of saying rap. I just say rap music. But anyway, yes, there have been some criminals in that genre, of course, and there's criminals in all kinds of music. So I mean, yes, they do glorify that stuff, but they're telling a story. Just like a movie or a show is. And some of them, I'm sure, are drawing on things that they've grown up around, people they've grown up around, seen. You know, they've seen people do these things, and they themselves might have done some of this stuff too, I'm sure. But I mean, again, same thing with movies or shows. The writers or directors, they probably talk to friends of theirs or people that they know that have been through similar things to what they're writing about. If they're writing a show about drugs or murder, mafia type stuff, they're pretty much talking to people that are involved in that stuff or have been at some point. So, you know, I mean, I don't really see the difference in that. So I'm trying to let this play, but they're making so many good points. I just want to give my take on it a little bit. All right, let's keep going.
Life dying behind the song.
Yeah.
A lot of people. What is it? BTB Savage.
People
lot of
dying.
these rappers
really dying.
That is true.
Nobody
that is
knows
true.
who that is,
That's a good
brother.
point.
That's the dude with the blood in the apartment. You remember with his arm?
Yeah, people don't know who that is, bro.
In today's time,
yeah.
rappers have tattoos all over their face, all over their neck. It is not a good thing for America. So to say that it is a part of everybody's culture is very insulting, bro.
We can't say tattoos.
Okay, Tom McDonald had tattoo on.
Yeah, we're not gonna say tattoos.
Okay,
we can't throw tattoos.
That boy Tom, a patriot, nah.
We can't say that.
I think the problem is people believe rap. I remember the first time.
It's a larger problem with that. But is it not a problem what she said? Is that a problem? What she said?
It was just cringe. And nobody believed that she believed it. It didn't even look real. It just looked hella fake.
Well, you can't say that.
I'm not a big fan of Kamala Harris.
I got a real question though. Like a lot of hip hop music and a lot of the ratchet music is in the top 100 for our artists. So
not a lot of it.
Let's take a pause here. Let's take a pause here and let's highlight the hypocrisy in Kamala Harris' statement. A lot of the things that's glorified in rap music, she has locked up thousands of people for those same things. So for her to get up there and say that bullshit should show you that she's a wolf in sheep's clothing and she's full of shit.
Speaking facts, every one of them.
That's facts.
That was well said.
This is crazy.
So that leads me to the point of he's spitting.
Oh, yeah,
No, he's going crazy.
You think she one of the women that's investing in the prison?
Whatever I invest in, I'm promoting. I just can't believe they're running the country right now. That shit's insane. You said some shit like that and you running the country? That shit's crazy.
Pop used to be the main. What happened?
I mean, music. Fuck
rock music.
Music, period.
All right, tell us slow your
They're proud of them. In Baltimore, Maryland, they spend $21,000 per child for every child up there inside the school district. Not one school is proficient in math, science, or reading. But they keep it going every year. Why? Because they're producing George Floyd.
But
and George Floyd's vote for the Democrat Party.
But why would, so when most of us, you, me, I think all normal people look at George Floyd's life, you think this is a disaster. This guy never added anything. He took a lot in prison at least 8 times. I mean, his life was a tragedy at best. Why would you want more people like that?
Because he votes for the Democrat Party. And then he teaches his children to vote for the Democrat Party. And then these white Democrats can feel superior to him. Yeah. He can be controlled by them. Just like, think about an old slave plantation, Tucker, back in the day. How they wanted their slaves to act. Subservient, obedient, ignorant, doing what he was told. Not asking any questions. Having a slave mind. Being dependent on them. This is how they want black men to be in America. This is how they want the whole black community to be. This is why it started in the civil rights movement. When Martin Luther King Jr. in his I Have a Dream speech said, 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, the Negro is still not free. He said 5 times in that speech that we were not free. It turned the Declaration of Independence on its head, because in our Declaration of Independence it said that our freedom was an unalienable right given us by God. John Locke, in his second treatise of government, said that an unalienable right is a right given from God. It is irrevocable, non-transferable, and unsellable. The government cannot touch it. It supersedes law. It supersedes the Constitution. However, King said that we was coming to government and to the white man for our right to be free. Even at the end of the speech, he said, on some certain day, we'll be free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. He said in that speech, when will we be satisfied? He said, we will never be satisfied until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. That's a fancy way of saying never. And so black people heard that speech and said that we were not free here in America. And we make our children recite that speech every single year on King's birthday. And they say in that speech, the Negro is still not free. George Floyd was a slave in his mind. And the civil rights movement caused him to be a slave in his mind. And today they're still marching, 60 years later, telling black people, you're not free. Beg for reparations. Beg for affirmative action. Kill your children in the womb. Cut off your child.
You're going crazy.
Y'all remember when I said that?
I'm the problem. I shouldn't have said that. This brother's going crazy. This black man is going crazy.
Y'all remember I said that on the video? Y'all said you loaded.
No, you didn't.
You remember I said everybody paid Martin Luther King as a face to promote this, and y'all said
no, you didn't.
No, he didn't say that. I did say that.
When you said Charleston was like one.
I said Charleston said that too, and I said I can see why you said that. We can find a video.
He didn't say that.
I said that. Y'all said
Martin Luther King
And y'all say I was loaded
for black people to expose different things to black people. Yes, I mean he did say something like that.
Y'all said I was loaded.
He did say that. He did say that.
When I said it, they said, man, that you can't say that about Martin Luther King. He gonna wear that nigga right now.
You did say that, bro.
I remember that.
He did say that. I remember that part. Hey, we need to find this brother. Let's keep going. Oh my God. Talk about find the right brother.
He damn did.
Hey, they're still marching 60 years later, telling black people, you're not free. Beg for reparations. Beg for affirmative action. Kill your children in the womb. Cut off your child. You castrate your children. Let drag queens come into school and shake their behinds in your children's faces. Run God out of the public square. And then they end up like George Floyd. But the one thing they do consistently is they vote for the Democrat Party, and the places where George Floyd's live, they stay in absolute power.
Absolutely. This guy is speaking. This is insane. He is hitting on every single point perfectly. I have never heard this much truth on one of these videos with the interview with like Tucker Carlson or any kind of political figure, any kind of news thing or whatever. This is unbelievable.
That's a pretty dark explanation. So you're saying that the Democratic Party as an organization intentionally degrades black people to keep them compliant and obedient.
Oh yes, in my book Crime Inc. I talk about one of the main things they do, like the mafia and organized crime. They humiliate black people. They demoralize them. It's a Marxist construct. They demoralize their people. They beat them down. They tell them that they're victims. Well, it was Martin Luther King Jr. that said, they tell you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, how can you pull yourself up by your bootstraps when you're bootless? You know, he told us we were bootless. You know, you have black preachers, and you know about my iron triangle, the black preacher, the black politician, the black civil rights worker. They go into the black community. Consistently, you're a victim. You're oppressed. The country hates you. Well, see, I look at them and I say, I'm a black man, but I cannot be oppressed. You know why? Because I'm a child of God. I'm an heir of Jesus Christ. I cannot be a victim. Why? Because I'm an heir of Jesus Christ. I'm a child of God. I cannot be a victim. See, they tell these people to go against their religion and their basic ideology because most black men say they're Christians, right? But then they walk around saying, I'm oppressed. I'm a victim. I'm afraid. 365 times in our Bible, they tell us to fear not. Yet they walk around saying they're afraid in the United States of America. LeBron James said he's afraid. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said he's afraid. Kaepernick said he's afraid. Well, I'm a black man in America, and I'm not afraid of a damn thing. I don't ask for permission in my own house. America is my home. So as they walk around here crying, talking about I'm frightened, I'm afraid.
Yeah, some people do like playing the victim. I mean, LeBron James, Colin Kaepernick, I think they said Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they do have a victim mentality. I mean, what like this guy said, I think this guy on the right here will say it in a minute. Like they, you know, what the hell do they have to be afraid of? They some of the richest people in the world. I mean, especially LeBron James. I'm not so sure about the other two, but I mean, it's crazy sometimes. But anyway.
I can't make it. Please help me. I tell them they stink in my nostrils. They're the front of God. The flip side of white male intimidation during the civil rights was also black male cowardice.
I gotta hear this part.
They laid down and let them beat them. America's wrong.
He's just raw in their ass out so bad.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's like when a coach
This might be the most motivational shit I've ever heard.
He do the shit that he raw him out for, and that shit be funny.
Nah, LeBron and them do be doing that shit on Twitter.
They do though. That's why I was laughing like,
Black Lives Matter.
Brian's a damn
This shit's
billionaire.
crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Is he a pastor? He doing it too crazy right now. Oh my God.
LeBron is a billionaire and all his kids go to private school. What is he afraid of?
He just be acting like a victim. They're like, all black people are victims.
He's a child of a single mother who became the best player of all time with billions of dollars, own shoe, has his own building at Nike.
yeah.
He's not the best player of all time. That's Jordan.
In what way are you a
You
victim?
are a super
In what way are you a victim,
Super brother.
Mr. LeBron James?
super brother.
So as they walk around here crying, talking about I'm frightened, I'm afraid, I can't make it, please help me, I tell them they stink in my nostrils. They're the front of God. The flip side of white male intimidation during the civil rights was also black male cowardice. They laid down and let them beat them, slap them around, rape their wives and their children. Well, no, not me, never me. I'm a free man. I live in the United States of America. They say it's an honor to be that there's white supremacy and that white people have some type of privilege. Well, as I said before, it is a privilege to be white, but it's also a privilege to be black. And it's a privilege to be an American. And it's really a privilege to be a Christian in the United States of America, the greatest country on the face of this earth. And they're not going to make a George Floyd out of me. I stand up strong. I look them in the eye. And I said, I'm a free man. My freedom comes from God. It's an unalienable right given to me by him. You cannot touch it. And if you try it, I got two things that'll get you off of me. Jesus and my 38.
Hey, I'm gonna rip my shirt off. Oh, Mike, that boy just turned me up, man. Who is that? That boy just turned me up, man. That boy just turned me up, man. How we just not seeing him today?
Best line I've ever heard on any of these things, by far. You'd see these guys' reactions. My reaction was the same the first time I heard it, kind of. But damn, I mean, he is spitting fire, flames, everything he said. Unbelievable.
I know just the nigga. He knew him. That's exactly what he said. That'll get you up on me. He leaves. Jesus. He was 38. He said, boy. Oh, man, this is a gift. Wow. I love every second of listening to him speak.
Seen him before?
I don't know, but I love every second of what he said. When you fell in our act before? I loved every second of what he said. Every single second. I loved it. I loved it.
Wow.
Damn. Okay. Oh my God, that brother spitting. Hey man, no.
Hey, he could be a pastor if he's not already.
Bro, I got two things that'll get you up on me.
He is like a coach, bro.
Man, my brother went to the gun range for his birthday yesterday, man. He's spitting. That boy spitting is the greatest country on earth.
Oh, man, let's keep going.
Oh my God.
Hold on. This might be, I don't know.
I got two things that'll get you up on.
This is the top 5 reaction.
He cooked. He did.
That boy is a chef. Boy, he done made a buffet. He done spit so much.
Wow.
That boy cooking.
How are we just not seeing them?
Oh my gosh.
You know, there's probably a lot of people
What's his
like
name?
this. I don't know. We're going to find out
That was fucking marvelous. I'm sorry. Excuse my French. That was
and they're not going to make a George Floyd out of me. I stand up strong. I look them in the eye. And I said, I'm a free man. My freedom comes from God. It's an unalienable right given to me by him. You cannot touch it. And if you try it, I got two things that'll get you off of me. Jesus and my 38. Come try me out.
Woo! So the Democratic Party used BLM as a domestic militia in the last presidential cycle, 2020, to defeat Donald Trump. Do you expect something like that to happen again?
They had me.
Well, you see how they use the same tactics as Iran. Iran has Hezbollah and Hamas as their militias. And the Democratic Party uses BLM and Antifa as theirs, throwing the rock and hiding the hand. Of course they're going to do it. They've always done it. Even at the beginning, they used the Ku Klux Klan for the military reign. Now they're using BLM, they're using Antifa, they're using NAACP, and they're their suicide bombers. They're their shock troops. They're their brown shirts. They're their street soldiers. And they're going to go out there, and I guarantee you, Tucker, they're going to look over all the black-on-black violence. They're going to look over all the black men killing black men. They're going to look over all the snatching grabs and all the burning and all the fighting and looting and acting a fool. And they're going to find one crazy white cop that's going to do something to some crazy black man, and then they're going to try to burn this country down for it. That's their plan. That's their template. I hope America's ready for it because it's coming. And it always works for them. It always works because the press and everybody's just waiting. Oh, they're on the starting line just waiting for it. And as soon as they find that golden kill, watch them go crazy with it. BLM is going to start getting their money from the Democrat Party because that's who they get it from. The same way that Hamas gets their money from Iran. BLM gets their money from the Democrat Party. And BLM does not stand for Black Lives Matter. It stands for burn, loot, and murder. And that's what you should call them from now on.
That's Everett Ellison, Bible in a 38. It's great to see you today. Thank
Everett Ellison.
Very much.
Wow, that might have been the best.
That was heavy.
That was great. Listen, I played these guys' video because this is the only video I could find with this interview. I couldn't actually just find the interview itself for some reason, which really surprised me because, I mean, you know, I would think this would be very popular. But anyway, yeah, shout out to these guys, Cartier family. Go give them a follow or a go subscribe to their channel. Of course, they got tons of followers. They got tons of content up, over like 1,000 videos. I'm pretty sure. I've pretty much seen all of them. I mean, they're great over there. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share this with anybody you can. This was a great interview. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Yeah, just do a subscribe to the family. All right, I appreciate it. I'm out.